Nasry Asfura declared the winner of Honduras' presidential election, and now less than 2 weeks away from taking office, a change being closely watched here in Taiwan. Honduras' outgoing government cut ties with Taiwan in 2023 to establish relations with China. But on the campaign trail, Asfura pledged to move the country away from China, saying it had been 100 times better off with Taiwan. Experts say there's a sense of disappointment in Honduras with how closer ties with China has affected the country's economy, including the collapse of its shrimp industry, which had previously relied on Taiwan's market. Following Asfura's win, local media is reporting that the new government is still seriously considering resuming ties. And the vice president-elect also said in early January that the new government would fulfill all of its campaign promises, including restoring diplomatic ties with Taiwan. But Asfura himself has appeared to take a softer tone, at least publicly. In a recent interview with Bloomberg, he did not explicitly say he intended to reestablish ties with Taiwan, only saying that he would evaluate resuming relations, adding that he didn't have a public message for China yet.
His discourse has become a little bit more pragmatic. While he has not abandoned his pro-Taiwan position, he is now situating it within what he calls a triangle of cooperation, involving Taiwan, the United States, and Israel. This shift is likely because of the realities of governing, particularly the need to balance campaign promises with institutional constraints and international pressures.
This tone, some analysts say, is likely strategic, aimed at managing expectations, but doesn't mean Asfura won't make the move. But these are changes that also might not happen right away, because Asfura's party doesn't have a majority in the legislature.
While the president has the authority to recognize Taiwan diplomatically, all international treaties and formal agreements must be ratified by Congress. This means that Asfura will face significant challenges in areas such as reestablishing a free trade agreement with Taiwan, negotiating existing loans with Taipei, and also formalizing agreements related to embassy property and diplomatic immunity.
The Wall Street Journal also reported that Taiwan President Lai Ching-te has indicated that he wants to attend Asfura's inauguration in late January. And an expert said it's certainly possible he might be invited, as Honduras tries to please the U.S., which seeks to prevent China from gaining a foothold in Latin America. But Taiwan's presidential office says reports are purely speculative, and that if any trip is confirmed, they would let the public know. So, in the lead-up to Asfura's inauguration, many are still waiting to see what the future of diplomatic relations between Taiwan and Honduras will look like. Luffy, Lee, and Cadence, Quaranta for TaiwanPlus.